يبارك فيك.
ألف مبروك يا زعيم.
يبارك بعمرك شيخنا.
إيه هذا واحد ابن حرام، لازم تخلص بنتك قبل ما يتجوزها.
فهمية شو بك لا تكوني مالك مبسوطة ها؟
لا أيوه
أبي روح سامحوني يا رب. الله يصلحك ويهديك.
بدك تشوفي بس بالنهاية
Welcome back to Jamaat Studio, where stories do not just play out on the screen, they live, breathe, and linger in your mind long after the episode ends. Today we dive deep into a chapter where every choice, every glance, and every silence carries weight, shaping the fate of those caught in its grip. This episode opens with a subtle tension that immediately sets the tone. There is no dramatic entrance, no loud conflict, no obvious chaos. Instead, there is a quiet unease, like the calm before a storm. Everything looks normal on the surface, but there is a fragile undercurrent of emotions waiting to erupt. From the first moments, you feel that nothing will stay the same. By the time this chapter concludes, the heart of this episode revolves around consequences. Those consequences that have been simmering in the background, waiting patiently for the right moment to assert themselves. At first, the characters attempt to maintain a sense of normalcy. Words are measured, actions are deliberate, smiles are offered, but they feel fragile, almost forced. There is an awareness, subtle but palpable, that the past cannot be ignored any longer. As the story unfolds, small tensions begin to build. The episode doesn't rely on loud arguments or overt drama, rather it thrives on subtlety. A delayed reply in conversation, a lingering glance, a word left unsaid. These small details accumulate to create an atmosphere heavy with anticipation. The storytelling is careful, deliberate, and precise, forcing the audience to lean in, to read between the lines, and to feel the emotional weight of every interaction. Midway through the episode, the long suppressed tension finally begins to surface. There is a confrontation, but it is not a loud or explosive. Instead, it is a quiet, controlled, and devastatingly effective. The strength of the moment comes from realism. The words spoken are imperfect, the timing is uneven, and the emotions are raw. Vulnerability clashes with pride, fear clashes with honesty, and each character's choice reshapes the emotional landscape of the story. This chapter excels at exploring the gray areas of human behavior. There is no clear villain, there is no flawless hero. Every decision, every mistake, and every act of courage is deeply human. Characters struggle to reconcile their intentions with their actions, and the audience is left to grapple with the same moral uncertainty that haunts them. Pride delays honesty, fear delays action, and love ironically becomes both a motivator and a source of conflict. Visually, the episode complements its emotional intensity with masterful attention to detail. Shadows grow longer in moments of doubts. Tight framing isolates characters within shared spaces, emphasizing their internal struggle. Even lighting choices subtly reflect the emotional shifts. Bright, almost hopeful scenes during moments of tentative understanding, and no dim, oppressive tones during moments of hesitation and doubt. As the story progresses towards its climax, the consequences of past choices becomes undeniable. Misunderstandings are revealed, secrets are hinted at, and the balance of trust begins to filter. Characters are forced to confront the repercussions of decisions they once thought were harmless. There is a tangible weight in every scene, a tension that lingers long after the dialogue ends. A pivotal moment occurs when, near the final act, a scene where honesty finally embraced begins to cut through the layer of avoidance. There is a no-grain cinematic explosion. Instead, there is an intimate exchange that shifts the energy of the episode. Vulnerability replaces defensiveness. For the first time, the character acknowledges their mistakes, their fears, and the complexity of their emotions. It is a quiet revolution, subtle but profoundly impactful. The pacing of this episode is deliberate, allowing viewers to fully absorb the emotional depth. It never rushes the resolution because real-life emotional consequences are never instant. Silence is given room to resonate, hesitation is given weight, reflection is encouraged, and in this careful treatment, the episode achieves a level of realism that resonates long after the story ends. By the final scene, clarity emerges, but resolution doesn't. There is no tidy ending, no instant forgiveness, no sweeping reconciliation. What remains is an understanding, a recognition of mistakes or fractured trust, and the need of patience and accountability. Relationships are forever altered, but the path forward through uncertain has begun to take shape. This episode stands out because it captures the complexity of human emotion without resorting to melodrama. It reminds viewers that the consequences of our choices, whether spoken or unspoken, are unavoidable. It demonstrates that honesty, even when painful, is essential, and it emphasizes that the courage to face one's own flaws, is the foundation of growth and understanding. When the screen fades to black, the story lingers, not because of spectacle. So, this has been an in-depth dramatic review from Jamaat's story, where every story resonates beyond the screen and every emotion finds its voice. Until next time, stay attentive, stay reflective, and keep feeling. So